Alright, so welcome back, guys, or welcome to this your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today we'll be going over some new Marvel news regarding the Captain Marvel sequel. Now, if Marvel is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss any more Marvel news from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Now, first up, we got some news regarding the writing team for Captain Marvel 2. Now, Captain Marvel was a very divisive movie, if I may say that. I feel like a lot of fans were not into it. They were disappointed. Some fans were, like me, were okay, meh, with it. But for the most part, it kind of got negative reviews by most fans. Now there are back and forth whether it was with the writing. Some people just hated it because it was the first lead woman. And that's not what I want to talk about. But we got news regarding the new writer. So that might help this new sequel. Captain Marvel 2 will be written by the Wandavision writer, so that's very interesting. But I'm curious to see what they do with this Captain Marvel 2. Apparently, it's going to be taking place during the present timeline, so they're going to have a time jump, which is very interesting. Now, I know a lot of fans, one of the issues that they had with Captain Marvel 2 was that there was no stakes and that she was never in any danger, which I feel like if you're talking about that, I'm sorry, but I feel like you're kind of nitpicking. Because, like, she wasn't gonna... What do you think? Wasn't gonna make it out of there? Like, of course, she was gonna make it out and be safe. There was no way they're gonna put her like that. Because, you know, she was coming out in more movies. So that, to me, is just a nitpick. But I'm very interested to see what they do with Captain Marvel 2. Will they set up Secret Wars or Secret Invasion? I'm very excited to see what they might do with Captain Marvel 2. There are rumors that possibly Spider-Man might appear in that movie. I don't know if that's 100% true or not. But then we also have other rumors going around about another new character that could enter the MCU in Captain Marvel 2. Now, recent reports have been saying, and it's unconfirmed, it's just rumors at this point, that they might introduce Rogue in Captain Marvel 2 as a villain. Now, we know back at San Diego Comic-Con that Feige said that he's going to bring in the mutants. So, what a better way to start bringing in the mutants as slowly sprinkling them into different movies. And now, I don't read the Marvel comics, but from what I understand is in the comics, Rogue is a villain at one point and is part of this villain group. Now, this could also be an interesting way to deal with Captain Marvel, because another issue people had with Captain Marvel was the fact that she was like one of the most powerful Avengers up to date, and it even took Thanos holding the Power Stone in his hand to defeat her. So, with Rogue's ability to steal other people's or absorb other people's powers, she could take some of Captain Marvel's powers and, you know, not make her as powerful. And I think that could help with a few people's complaints regarding Captain Marvel. So that's something I think that could work. Now, again, I don't know much of the comic history between Rogue and Captain Marvel, so I can't give too many predictions on that. But I do think that this could possibly be a good and interesting storyline if they go about it the right way. Now, like I said, we got the WandaVision writer coming on to Captain Marvel 2, which somewhat makes sense because from what I understand, I think it's Monica Rambeau is going to be in the WandaVision series, so I can understand them wanting to kind of keep things tight so that way things are, you know, make sense and are, you know, chronologically in order. So I could see that, as well as just fans' lackluster opinions on the writing for the first Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel 2 is going to be an interesting movie because it made, I think it was like $1 billion or $2 billion at the box office. Now, again, it wasn't that big of a movie, or fans didn't really like it. But I think one of the things that helped Captain Marvel was the fact that it came out right before Endgame. And I honestly do believe if it didn't come out right before Endgame, Captain Marvel 2 probably wouldn't have done as well as it did. It probably still would have been a big box office movie, but I don't believe it would have hit as high numbers as it did had it not come out pre-Avengers Endgame. Now, this could be interesting depending on how they do this, because we know that Black Panther 2 is coming out in, I think it's May of 2022. So they're going to have to place this in an area where they can drag in people just in case it doesn't do as well, but also put it in an area where it can be on its own. Now, they have a few options as to where to place Captain Marvel 2. They could put it in after they have Black Panther 2, which is going to be another big movie, which could draw in a lot of people. Or another option is that they could put it in before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, depending on when that comes out. Due to the whole James Gunn situation, that could be pushed back further. I think they want this to come out in 2022, so that might mean that it comes out before Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and long before that. So I don't know. There are other options here, but I don't know really what they could put it in before. But I think right now, Captain Marvel 2 probably will come out towards the end of 2022 if I had to give my prediction right here. But I'm very interested to see what goes on here. I think the story looks very good, and I think the villain could be very interesting, especially given that they're introducing some mutants. You've already had rumors going around that they might introduce Professor X and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I'm just very excited. We're getting into an era where we're getting a whole bunch of new characters. We got all the Fox properties. Now, that's another thing that they could end up doing is put Captain Marvel in front of, say, Fantastic Four. Maybe have some kind of connection there. I think maybe, I don't know if they could, but maybe have some kind of connection there. I don't know how they do that, but I think that could also draw in a lot of viewers. So I'm very interested to see what goes on here. But I want to also hear from you guys, because I think this could be a very interesting idea. Maybe I'm just a fan here. I did like Captain Marvel, but while I won't agree that it's like the worst Marvel movie, I just say it's kind of meh to okay, similar to the Ant-Man movies. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what they do here. It's only been a few months since first Captain Marvel came out, and we probably aren't gonna hear more news for a bit. But I'm very interested to see what goes on here, and I want to hear your all opinions. Do you think this will hit the big numbers like the first one did? Do you think it'll be as good as the first one or better, or do you just not care? Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions regarding the news regarding Captain Marvel 2. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss any more Marvel news from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the About section on my YouTube channel. As always, this has been Vision here at Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.